Hi everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel for another Cook With Me. So as you can see from today's title, today we are making the Drizzle Me Skinny Turkey Taco Pasta Salad. Now as usual, I will have the link listed below for you so that you can make this yourself, because trust me, after you see me make it, you are definitely going to want to make this yourself. So not too many ingredients on this one, which I like. And it calls for 1 pound of the 99% fat-free ground turkey, 2.5 tablespoons of taco seasoning, 2 cups of cooked rotini style pasta, 1 cup diced peppers, ½ cup of diced red onions, 1 cup of grape cherry tomatoes cut in half, 2 cups of shredded iceberg lettuce, 1 cup reduced fat shredded cheese. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the fat-free or if I'm going to grab my reduced cheddar out of there. I may just go ahead and use my fat-free and just make this a little lower in points. A ½ cup of Catalina dressing, another teaspoon of taco seasoning, and then 4 taco shells crushed. So you see everything laid out here except for my taco shells, which I'll explain in a few. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, and I have some water boiling behind me, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rotini in the boiling water and get that cooked, and then I'll come back to you and we'll start putting this together. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to dice some onions and some peppers, so I'm going to go ahead and do that quickly. I think I'm going to do some red and yellow peppers in this because I think that'll look really pretty. And I'll save the orange one for later. I'm going to give these a quick rinse. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and de-seed these. You know what, I did learn a trick the other day. Let me see if I can remember how it was done before I start cutting into this. You just cut the sides of these off, and then you don't have to worry about the seeds as much. Check that out. That wasn't bad, right? Did you get it? Hopefully I got that on camera. Much, much easier. I think this one just had a couple of seeds on it, so no worries. All right, so let's get the other one done. May have to sharpen that knife. Then we'll just grab this last one. That didn't work as well as the first one, did it? All right, close enough. This is real life, people. Trust me, I am definitely not a chef. All right, so we've got that done. Got little seeds over here, that's fine. Next thing I'm gonna do is gonna go ahead and chop up this red onion. Just kind of get this sliced and ready to go. Just tossing everything else here in my sink. Find it easier just to kind of toss it in here, and then I can just deal with it later. All right, so it's calling for a ½ cup of diced onion, which I'm going to say that approximately is 1/2 of the onion. Grab a bowl here and set it here. So I grabbed my food processor because of the fact that I just want to dice this and I want to make sure that it's even. So I'm just going to pop that on, and I'm going to put my peppers and onions in here, and I do have my dicing attachment in here. So it's going to go ahead and dice my peppers and my onions for me. So let's pop this on. And that's it. So much easier than having to do it yourself, isn't it? All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my bowl, and we'll get the next part of this in here. I'm gonna pop this off. I always forget about the top of that, and sometimes it falls off, which is okay. We're okay here. Okay, so we're gonna pop this out of here. And look at that, nice, evenly diced peppers and onions, and it took no time at all. Anytime I'm doing a job and I have more than 1 or 2 things to do, I just go ahead and pop it in here just because it's so much easier. And the food processor cleans up super easy, so it just makes my job easier. Let's see if I can get you in here so you can see. You know what, I'm just gonna pull you in here so you can see what this looks like. Hold please. How's that? Super easy, right? It also will do tomatoes. I use my dicing attachment when I'm making salsa. So you just dump everything in there and just give it a stir and your salsa's all done. All right, I'm gonna put you back on the tripod and we'll continue. Okay, our pasta is done. I'm gonna go ahead and get that drained and then I will come right back. Okay, we're back. I've got the pasta drained and I've got it cooling in the sink. I went ahead and rinsed our grape or cherry tomatoes, whichever you'd like to call them. And I'm just going to grab a knife and I'm gonna start cutting these in half. And I'm just gonna toss them right into the bowl. You know how sometimes there's one wrinkled one in there? No idea, everything else looks great and there's one weird one. Alright, just popping these in here. Now it said to put a cup of them, and I'm just going to use the whole container because that's what I bought it for, so it doesn't really matter how many I put in here. I like tomatoes, so I guess you can just kind of change it up a little bit, add a little more of this or that if you like that. So let me know in the comments below if you have tried this before. I know this is not a new recipe, it is new for me, but again, like I said, my friend Elizabeth had made it and brought it into my work. I think I said that earlier, and it was phenomenal. So if I didn't say that, thanks to Elizabeth for giving me a new recipe to try. Alright, so we've got those in there. I'm going to move my cutting board off to the side. Okay, so now we're going to start layering in the next few ingredients. Now I went ahead and made my turkey a couple of days ago when I was doing some meal prep, and I went ahead and put the seasoning in there. So this is already seasoned ground turkey. Now I know there was just that recall, but the recall did not have the 99% fat-free ground turkey on it. So I'm going to say that this is still safe, and I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to dump in the ground turkey. The next thing I'm going to dump in, I'm going to grab my pasta here out of the sink, and I'm just going to dump that in. And then let's see what's next on our list. So we have the turkey, we have the taco seasoning, we've got the 2 cups of cooked pasta. We have the diced peppers, the red onions, the grape tomatoes, and the next few things that we have left are the shredded lettuce. And I think that I'm going to add the shredded lettuce as I serve it so that it doesn't get wilted, because I am going to be eating this over the next few days. And then it calls for a 1/2 cup of Catalina dressing. And into that you're going to mix in 1 teaspoon of taco seasoning. Okay, so I have a 1 cup measuring cup here because since I'm going to mix in the taco seasoning, I wanted to go ahead and make something a little bigger, and I'll eyeball that. As best as I can. Alright, so I wasn't sure. I know I had the 1 Catalina dressing, but I knew it was getting low, so I have another one off to the side here. Good thing I had that second bottle because this definitely was not enough. So I've got that one used. I use my sink like a garbage bowl. Does anybody else do that? And then when I'm done, I'll wash up my dishes and then I will go ahead and throw all the stuff away that I have in there, and then I'm good to go. Just chit-chatting with you while I finish opening this bottle, because of course I did not do that before we got started. I didn't want to open it because I wasn't sure if I would actually need it, but I should have known. I should have known that wasn't enough. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue here getting about a ½ cup of salad dressing. And again, I'm just using the fat-free Catalina dressing. And I really like this dressing. I use this all the time. And I think this is 2 Smart Points for 2 tablespoons, so it's really not that bad. And then we're going to go ahead and grab some taco seasoning, and I just buy mine in the jug. I think I've shown you this before. And I'm going to throw 1 teaspoon of that into my Catalina dressing. I'm going to go ahead and mix that in. I always have a rag off to the side. I'm going to grab a spoon really quick. And I apologize for all the coughing. I am still trying to get over that bronchitis that I had. It seems like that's just going to linger around forever. All right, so we're just going to pour this right in. Sorry for the arm in the way if it's there. Just going to try to do it the other way to keep it out of there, but it is just awkward. All right, so we've got that in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start to stir that up. This smells fabulous. It smells so good. We've got all those different colors in there. We've got the tomatoes and the peppers and those red onions. And don't worry, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to go ahead and start to put this together, and I'm going to put this together in a bowl and show you how I'm going to plate this up because I'm hungry and this was going to be my dinner today. All right, so that looks like we've got a good mix there. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the lettuce in. Those are our last 2 ingredients. We have the lettuce and we have the taco shells. So in the recipe itself, she says that when you get ready to serve this, to put the taco shells in then, because otherwise they'll get soggy and they're not as good. So what I thought I would do is, since I'm using the fat-free cheese, which I have not put in yet, I'm glad I said that. Since I'm using the fat-free cheese, I thought what I would do is I would just go ahead and use a taco shell, which I think is 2 points. I'll verify that. If it's different, I'll put it here. And the taco shell and the cheese should balance each other out. So I'm just going to crush up a taco shell, 1/2 of a taco shell in each serving. So I think that'll be great. Okay, so I have a measuring cup out here. I'm just going to go ahead and use up the rest of the cheese that I had in my 1 package. Of course, throw that in my sink. It's a time saver, I think. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill up this measuring cup with my cheese here. All right, I think that's good. We're going to dump that in as I have cheese all over my counter. Good thing we didn't forget the cheese. I bet you that's going to make it super yummy. All right, just going to stir that in real quick. Yeah, it's making a huge difference. Now, this original recipe, as she has it stated there with the reduced fat cheese and everything, comes out to be 4 Smart Points per cup. So, again, I'm thinking that mine is going to come out to be about the same. Okay, so the taco shells that I'm using today are just these old El Paso crunchy taco shells. And I went ahead and broke one of those in half. And I will put that into my bowl here when I'm ready. So if you are putting this together for a party or something, or just for dinner, you could go ahead and put in 2 cups of the shredded lettuce, and I'm just using the regular Walmart brand shredded lettuce. And you can just go ahead and put that into the salad and mix it up. Instead, I'm just going to layer mine in here. And a little extra lettuce never hurt anyone, right? Just going to go ahead and use my same measuring cup here and measure out 1 cup of our mixture, and I'm going to layer that right on top. I'm going to crunch up this taco shell, and I think we'll call this a day. I wanted to use a bigger bowl today just because I wasn't sure how much lettuce I was going to put in, and I think that's good because of the fact that now I can mix it up and not have to worry about spilling it. All right, so there you have it. I'll take a picture of the final product. Hopefully you're getting a good look at that. All right, there we go. And there you have it. Yummy taco pasta. I cannot wait to dig in. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Again, thanks for watching. And for those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much for sticking around with me and coming along with me for my adventures. And for those of you who are not subscribed, please remember to click the subscribe button below. And if you want to be notified of my videos as I'm posting them, you can click the notification button, which is that little bell. And that will notify you via email when I've posted a new video. All right, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and eat dinner. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.